years, and it's this week in Disney for August 1st to August 7th.
There you go.
Yep.
New month. Hot one. Not the last month wasn't hot, but gonna be a scorcher.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, we'll see. You never know. You never know. It
you
could
do
rain
kind
a
of
lot.
acclimate.
Yeah.
Every day at 4.
Yeah. Well, okay, exactly. But the rain does cool things off. And so, like, even though it's really hot, I noticed, like, often in August and September, I need a jacket in the afternoon and evenings if it's rained. It feels cooler because yeah, it was just so hot.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
We've been enjoying the weather, and last week we got to go to the parks. I got to go with our oldest son, Madison.
To the Epcots.
Yes, it's because he got to ride Cosmic Rewind.
That's right. For the first time.
Talking about it.
We finally got him on it, and he got September. So first song that we got, and all praise for it.
Yeah.
And he's
really
not like liberal with praise because he's exposed to a lot of media and games and that kind of thing. And it was liberal. He really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Have you guys gotten to ride it yet? Yeah. We want to hear what you guys think of the ride. I've heard people walking off the ride. Sometimes they're like, oh, it's just like Space Mountain. And I'm like, okay, it is similar to that.
I don't think people say it that way.
One lady did.
What?
And I was like, well,
goodness.
go ride Space Mountain right now. Because
don't give her an infinity stone.
It's way, way better.
Yeah.
Don't give her an infinity.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Like, I mean, strong contender, I think, almost like Universal. Best ride in Walt Disney World. And worth the trip. Like, worth the trip. Worth booking a trip to come and ride it.
Absolutely.
And we don't sell trips. We're not agents.
No, it would definitely be worth it to come right now. And then once Tron's here, what I'm so impressed with is I am not having a hard time getting a virtual queue for Guardians. That's going really well for us. I hope it's going well for all of you. We did notice, I mean, we did have to upgrade our phones, and so I don't know if having newer phones makes a difference, but every time I've tried, I think I have heard it from
this last time she almost got it too early.
I know, it's like, we gotta get over there.
We tried to hit them in the afternoon with a little delay.
Yeah, so it's actually, you know, with Rise of the Resistance, I mean, I didn't expect to be there till like maybe at night. So you never know. You never know. But
you do know a lot of this stuff from us and from your own like enjoyable Disney content that you consume other than us, and we're happy that you take the time with us.
Definitely.
What do they not know going on this week in Disney history?
Hopefully we'll talk about some things that you guys haven't seen or watched before.
Or reminisce down at Disneyland.
Definitely. I know, stay tuned for the very end because we're going to talk about one of our favorite films, and maybe, you know, you can guess. You can tell us in the comments if you guessed right now what one of our favorite films is. We did a video on this a while ago. I don't even know.
Believe it or not, I kind of come along with you in the filming of this. I don't know.
I do all the research. Yeah. And Brad comes along too. So I'm not just
be the living audience and to be the editor on the backside. So.
Oh yes, all your
essential.
So let's get started though. August 1st. Well, it's a good way to start the month on the first day. 1922, the second Lapogram black and white silent cartoon, The Four Musicians of Bremen. Yeah. This is based on a fairy tale recorded by the Brothers Grimm. I don't think this is like a really popular fairy tale anymore.
And I'm not familiar with it.
Well, yeah. I think maybe, obviously, at the time, it must have been popular.
Right.
Because they did it. Yeah. And it was their second after Little Red Riding Hood.
It must have been a musical score or something that had made it famous.
Yeah.
Right after Little Red Riding Hood.
Right.
Which is the, most popular fairy tale of all time.
So anyway, they had... Walt Disney had written, directed, and produced and co-animated it with Rudolph Ising. Okay. So this was really Walt in the beginning. Go check it out, 1922. Yeah. I mean, I almost say go find another cartoon from 1922 to compare it to, because for the time period, it really is done well. I mean, they did backgrounds weren't even necessarily done in some cartoons. Like there's a lot of elements, and sometimes I'm seeing like it more 3D. If you look into it,
it feels that way, because like they don't just have like when they have musical notes go across the screen, it doesn't just have like straight notes. They have like wiggles and waves, and they're really working with motion and bringing stuff alive. And I know what you mean. It almost has a depth to it.
There's like in the background some of the shadowing and things that they're doing, because it's black and white. It looks like he was trying to get depth in there. It does have it.
It feels like a shadow box.
I mean, you got to check it out. And, you know, these cartoons, I send you to look at them, and I like to check them out because I think it gives us a lot of perspective on where they've been, where they're going, where the company goes.
Of course.
And this is Laugh-O-Gram, so he's not even
a little square shack.
Yeah. He's not even working with Mickey yet, so. All right, then moving on, and the main reason I wore this shirt today, back in 2014.
I am Groot.
You gotta celebrate this today. Guardians of the Galaxy.
So last week we talked about the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Which was hype for a month before, easily.
Yeah, well,
I guess it would have been a week before.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we were on.
Yeah. The soundtrack is the really big part of this film, obviously. And I know for us, just going back, I mean, this was going to see this in the theater with our family. It really, really hit.
Changed the MCU as well.
We loved it. Like, everyone in our family loved it. We had a great experience. The music was fantastic. The writing, the characters that they picked.
Could the Avengers have carried the MCU through the Infinity War? Well, they obviously did, but it really helped us get there to have a lot of fun along the way.
There was a lot of, so they had to, these characters, bring it into the Marvel universe and such. There had to be a lot of talking done and convincing that this would work. At the time because it wasn't like saying, oh, we're gonna have like a major comic character, but there had been some newer comics on the Guardians, and that was really what like changed people's minds, producers' minds, was those newer comics, and bringing elements in from those comics that, you know, could give it breadth and connect it with the Avengers and, you know, really make this universe happen. So like really the Guardians, not when they made the film, they weren't necessarily, I mean, at the time they brought in
James Gunn.
Well, I was gonna get to that, but at the time, like, you know, the Endgame stuff, all of that obviously hadn't
they were so popular they brought them in.
Written yet. And so, you know, producers came out and were, you know, there in the first Guardians film, overseeing things and connecting storylines so that would happen in the future. The storyline as well is really heartwarming, and well, also, I mean, deep.
Oh yeah.
You know, having a kid being, you know, orphaned and raised in the universe.
Abducted by pirates.
By pirates. It's pretty intense. But
very Treasure Island in that regard. But I didn't ever think of that until now. Yeah,
for sure.
No. But Guardians gave us the cosmic rewind.
Yeah.
Remember this day. Remind and rewind your fondness for Guardians.
So, just an awesome film. Go
Thank you, Guardians.
Watch it today if you have time. Or this week, and celebrate and have all your fun. Right? I am Groot.
I am Groot.
All right, moving on to August 2nd. 2001, Julie Andrews, Dick Van Dyke, and Richard Sherman all get together, also with the Disneyland Band, and rededicate Disney Soundstage No. 2 in Burbank, California, to the Julie Andrews stage.
All right.
Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense, obviously, with Mary
Wonderful
Poppins
timing.
And the Princess Diaries, because that was after that. It will be released the following day, so
there we go.
That's right, 2001. So really cool, and she deserves it.
Oh yes, it was an exciting time. It was very good to see her recognized and brought to the forefront. Like just right where she belonged.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a good time.
Definitely. And then also in 2001, this is another honorary thing for Guy Williams. He gets, so he's Disney's 1950s Zorro TV star, and he gets his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I love that. We don't often talk about the fact that Zorro was a Disney show, because it was on Disney Channel on Walt Disney at night through like the 90s. That is a Disney property,
right? Well, Guy Williams.
Well, I mean, historically.
Yeah, he got the star for that for sure, but he was just like the hero adventurer and lots of things. But he was also in Lost in Space as the father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he was.
Yeah, you remember that.
I can't remember the Zorro theme song right now. I'm so
no.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll get to sing later. I'm surprised you haven't sung yet.
I'll do Lost in Space now.
Right, so that was really cool. Go check out Guy Williams. He had a great career. Or go watch some Zorro.
Maybe you didn't know it was the same behind that mask. It's the Papa of planetary conquest.
Yeah. So, moving on to August 3rd, 2008, Studio DC Live, an original television special starring the Muppets, debuts on Disney Channel. So, I just thought this was interesting because literally my kids were watching Disney Channel. We love the Muppets.
And we didn't know what happened.
Yeah, we didn't really watch that.
I have to agree.
Yeah, it was
very
like a
sad.
special. It was a live special, and it was kind of like so I was watching some of them, and it was like the stars from the time, like the boys from Sweet Life and Miley Cyrus and her dad. They were all on this show with the Muppets, so I can understand. I mean, even though we watched some of those shows, we really didn't watch them all the time, or we weren't invested in those characters as much, like as the Muppets.
And you can be surprisingly busy as a theater family as well, which we were at the time.
We just didn't watch a ton of TV, but when I was watching this, there wasn't as much Muppetiness in it as I would have liked.
Right.
So I can see why this maybe didn't last or go on to do more.
Yeah.
But more Muppets, we're fine with that.
Always.
So I think there was 2 of these specials.
2 DC parties. So memorable.
And then August 1st, we already did that. August 4th, 1901. This is cool. You gotta go, well, we're actually celebrating a birthday on this day. Okay. Yes. Jazz trumpeter Louis Armstrong is born in New Orleans, Louisiana. So.
A wonderful world.
Yeah.
We could not have been reminded again and again. I mean, I'm not saying that, I'm saying that with gratitude.
Yeah.
You know?
So obviously he was an incredible jazz musician, had a huge influence. He was nicknamed Satchmo.
Did a whole Disney album. I mean,
well, that's what I was going to bring up. But he was a trumpet virtuoso. With his birthday, he actually told everyone he was born on July 4th. He celebrated that. But his baptismal record says August 4th. So you choose. I think we should just keep with the July 4th, honestly, because that's what he likes. But whatever. Yeah. But the records show August 4th. So anyhow.
Maybe next year we'll do him on July 4th to satisfy his wishes.
Yes, definitely. He had a huge career and so much influence on so many people over the years. But this Disney album, you guys need to go check this out.
It is good.
It's actually called, I guess there may not be a direct name. I think I just Googled or looked up on YouTube Music, like Louis Armstrong Disney music, and I came up with the album.
Was it a full album? Or not a compilation?
Of Disney music. It's a full album that he performed. He actually performed at 4 of the 5 Dixieland at Disneyland events in the mid-1960s.
There you go.
And anyway, he
recorded
this
Disneyland
album.
contributor.
You guys can download it and check it out. We actually really enjoyed it. It was really fun.
Yes.
It's a great, I love this take on the Disney songs that you're all familiar with.
Yeah.
We're all familiar with, right?
Yeah. And there are interpretations on many. So
definitely. Go check it out. And then moving on to August 5th, 1967, Disneyland's attraction Adventure Thru Inner Space opens this day.
Goodness, legendary.
Yeah.
To those who experienced it, they're always like.
I really love this because so many people in comments on this one talk about like when they were kids and they were like, I really thought that we were shrunk down, you know, like they really got immersed into it. So with the music, you had the Sherman Brothers with the song, with the voice Paul Frees, Miracles from Molecules. So that's fun. But what's most important is this is the first ride that had the Omni Movers on it. So basically like the Doom buggies or whatnot, those shell carts or whatever, ride system. And so this was the first time it was debuted. Obviously this ride isn't there anymore, but the ride system has been used in so many rides, like the Little like so many. And it's fun. You kind of like the way that the shell is with the Omni Movers, it feels like you're very immersed in you know what you're seeing. It's almost like it's framed, I guess, and you're cozy in there.
So true.
Yeah, love it.
So true.
Really
very
cool.
First person.
Yeah, but moving on to August 6th, 1928, one more cartoon to go check out this week. Disney's Oswald the Lucky Rabbit short, Poor Papa. So this was actually the first.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, this was the first Oswald.
He's got like 25, 30 beds. With bunnies.
Yeah, all the bunnies. And so, yeah, it's real. Well, you know, Oswald goes to war kind of with the storks to stop. Because at first, like, the first delivery, there's like over 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't exaggerating.
And then he tries to, like, knot his chimney shut, basically, so the storks can't keep delivering. You'll have to go watch it to see if the storks do deliver. But this was the first Oswald cartoon that they made, but they didn't release it. They released it later because it wasn't, you know, Universal didn't think it was good enough. So, yeah, but go check it out because both the cartoons I mentioned, they are actually on YouTube and you can find them. So that's kind of nice. Okay, and then the last day of the week and our favorite, one of our favorites for sure, 1981, the release of the live action film Condorman.
Oh my goodness!
He's like
Laser Lady.
It's a surprise for you and
what's
for
up?
Brad.
Yeah. I love Condorman.
He does.
So much.
We do.
It really is my favorite VHS release. Right next Disney, right next to Black Hole.
Yeah.
So it was like on repeat with Clash of the Titans. I loved Condorman.
What I love though is when we did the This Day in Disney for Condorman, Miles watched it with us and he loved it too. And I love that because we're talking about, you know, this was 1981. So it's a long time.
Yeah.
And we didn't know if he would like it because sometimes he gets up, he's like, yeah, I don't really want to watch this.
Yeah.
But he loved it. So it's a great film. You've got to check it out if you haven't watched it.
Yes, he really enjoyed it. I mean, if you don't know, it's about a comic book illustrator who gets kind of pulled into a like international FBI, CIA like thing with Russia at the time. And we were in the Cold War still, like in the thick of it. It's very Bond-esque. The villain has a silver eye. There's like awesome cars and tech, cars that turn into boats, wings inside backpacks. A comic book illustrator who flies and gets a lady.
Well, and she's a superhero too.
Oh, yes, she is.
Already representing strong female superheroes way back in the 80s.
81.
That's right. Yeah, she can take care of herself. That's for sure.
Laser
but
lady.
Stranger Things fans, go check out this film because, you know, with all that Russian espionage, you might like that.
I love
Everyone
that
should check out this film.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a good one. I wish they had
Condorman.
There you go.
Condorman. I'm glad I saved it for the end.
Someday we'll have to do these costumes for Halloween. That would be really
I would love to do Condorman Laser Lady with you.
That would be cool.
That's like worth getting, like totally like, oh my goodness, we're doing it.
Okay, well,
PVC.
there you go.
I wonder if I can even get those into Magic Kingdom.
Okay, we'll go figure this out later. But you guys, that's it for this week in Disney. That's all that we have this week.
Gotta go build wings.
It's not a ton, but we have a lot to share. So hope you guys enjoy it. Please leave a comment, like, all that stuff really helps us out, and we do appreciate you guys a lot. So thanks for following along, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.